Alright folks, Hapes of Games back with another mini review, and today I'm covering Little Nightmares for the Nintendo Switch. Now, I'm actually going to get into the specific more so of the port in general as opposed to the game. I will speak on the game briefly. And before we start guys, please make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell so you don't miss the next video. So Little Nightmares was released in 2018 to critical acclaim really, and it is basically a horror slash 2D puzzle game. Maybe that's the best way to describe it. And this was my first experience with this game. I've never played it when it came out. There's actually a sequel that has recently released, and I'm looking forward to picking that up and giving that a go. But today, as I said, what I wanted to do, I wanted to cover the Switch port and some fundamental problems I found with it. Now, from a graphical perspective on the Switch, this game looks and plays perfectly. I have no issue with frame rates. As I said, graphically, it looks to be running in a quite decent resolution. 720p docked, I believe. I also believe it's a variable resolution in docked mode, which I played maybe half of the game in docked mode and half of the game in undocked mode. And the only problem I found in handheld mode specifically was it can be quite dark using the LCD screen of the Switch. So I did have to increase the brightness of the Switch to the max in order to try and see clearly, and I really kind of had to have the Switch up in my face to make sure that I could see it, because the protagonist that you play it's quite small, and it's even smaller when it's on the screen, and in some scenes it gets quite stretched, so it stretches back. So I think to get the best results and the best gameplay experience, play it docked, but it is manageable in undocked, as I said. So let's move into now the fundamental problem I had with this port, and it added a layer of frustration that to me broke the game in certain aspects. And the reason it broke the game in certain aspects is because the gameplay is designed a lot around trial and error scenarios, and you die a lot, put it that way, until you figure out a particular puzzle and you go from there. But it uses this retry scenario, so basically you end up retrying from the previous checkpoint if you do die. The biggest problem, however, on the Switch port is the load times. Watch this. So here's me speeding up the second attempt just for the purpose of the video, but I died again. And then I had to wait another
2 hours later.
Basically. I mean, and this happened, you know, I think I probably died in the game maybe 40-50 times in total. So then you quantify that with 28 seconds every time that game loads. It drove me insane after a while. And it did spoil the experience for me somewhat. But again, not to take away from the entire game, because what I played and I managed to play smoothly was excellent. It's just that this port specifically has a real problem with the load times. And unfortunately, it looks like they never fixed it in the complete edition. So I don't know how I'm going to approach Little Nightmares 2. I may end up getting it on a different console. I'm going to do some research first. But yeah, I just felt like I wanted to make a video on that and make it clear really the fundamental problem I had with the port specifically. But guys, as always, if you like what you see, please make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell. Let me know your experience with Little Nightmares, what console you played it on, and have you experienced these issues in the Switch port? It'd be interesting to hear. But as always, see you in the next video guys. Thanks for watching.